everybody, this is Thursday Thoughts at 3 with Susan and
Jackie, how are you all today on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday? Why are we here today on this beautiful day? To talk about self-care. What is self-care to you versus us? And how we're a third generation, grandchildren, children, and us. What can we impart upon people our own age and younger that we've learned and studied that can perhaps help you calm down a little bit more and think differently about what self-care really is? Susan.
Right. So what's self-care? We talk about it, like what is self-care? I think self-care is about not listening to the shoulds and shoulds of our life, and because those are old belief systems that was put upon us, and it's about taking care of what we want. I mean, I'm a visibility strategist. I help women be seen, be heard, be authentically them, and letting go and finding their voice to say, this is my needs, this is what I want, and this is what will make me happy.
Right. I think figuring out your balance in life is really important too. Now, when you're young parents, it's really hard, especially if you're a dual working home. Sometimes there's a lot of things you just have to do, but then you have social media and all these things that project and make you feel inferior.
Right. And I think that's what it is. I think everybody tries to, listen, even when we kids were little, I mean, Barbie doll is what we're supposed to believe is perfection. The magazines, the models, it's what's supposed to be perfection. And now you have social media, assuming that this is what perfection is, the hot babe in bikini, or the perfect kids and the matching outfits, and and like the handsome husband, or vacationing and so forth.
What about the best camps that you really can't afford because all your friends are sending their children to that camp?
And the parties you go to, and the celebrities you hobnob with. You know what? It's all show. It's all what people want to project on you to make you believe that they are like fabulous and fantastic.
Oh yeah. I remember when I was younger and my kids were getting bat mitzvah, my girls as an example. I stayed within a budget. I never was big on competing with others. I competed a lot within myself. But I had so many friends who had that need to do bigger and better, and when they couldn't afford it, they took out home equity lines on their homes just to and that's before social media, just to show the world. Forget the cars and the Joneses. Yeah. I never got that, because it was like, if you're doing this now for a bat mitzvah, what the heck are you going to do when they're getting married with weddings? I mean, they were affairs that 90 of their best friends. Who has 90 best friends when they're 13 years old?
Well, let me tell you.
Little kids.
So in our 30s, it's all about keeping up with the Joneses. For me, like I needed to, I have the designer thing. I needed this because it was important for me to feel like I belong. And then something happens, and all of a sudden, like, you realize, who cares?
First of all, if you have to do that to belong to that group, reevaluate what is really important in a friendship and a group of friends that you surround yourself with, right?
Yes, but I think what it is like, we have this belief system. This is what we should do. This is what we shouldn't do. And we follow this belief system until one day we realize, like, it's not serving me. It's not caring. It doesn't make me care for me. It's more about me caring what people think.
How much anxiety does that produce?
It produces a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. I mean, listen, even in the business world, you were in corporate world, trying to work hard to maintain, to you're constantly competing and constantly fighting to get to the top.
Right. Now, sometimes if you have to do it to earn a living, that's where it should stop and start. When you go home, you shouldn't be in competition. That's where you're supposed to go.
Right, and that's also we talked about that. Competing with women. Like, forget the competing with women. Like, instead of competing with women, like, find a sisterhood. It's so irrelevant.
Find people who love you no matter what. What you have and what you don't have is not important. It really isn't. So recently, I was just telling Susan, I did this little challenge just for myself, because I compete within myself, and it's not even healthy for me, my own competition. And of course, what do women love to do when they're having a moment where, forget that it's social for women to go shopping with their friends, right? I'm like, whoa, how much clothes do we really need? What is going on in our closet? So I decided again, I don't have the biggest closet in the world. I don't have the smallest, but I definitely have more than enough clothes I use. Look at your closet. You probably hone in on this amount of clothes. You wear the same 20% all the time. So I gave myself a challenge last fall for fall, winter, and part of spring. I made it where I did not go shopping. I shopped within my own closet. I didn't worry about the best, newest clothes, but the truth is, all of a sudden, everybody was telling me how great I look. Where'd you get that top?
Right.
Where'd you get those shoes? Where'd you get that pocketbook?
And you know what? They can't buy it anymore.
They can't buy it anymore, right? And the great thing was, with the extra money, it was,
Right.
whether you need the extra money, that's great. Then you've now got it for things you need.
Right.
But if you don't, take that extra money. And whether it's a weekend away with your friends, something to do with your husband, give it to charity.
Right.
Put that money aside. There's so much good you could do and feel good within yourself. And that's
Right.
the key.
That's the key. You're not going to find external happiness. The happiness comes from within.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the way to tune into what makes you happy is meditation. You know, we are always caught up in this whirlwind. We're caught up in this storm, and we get sucked in this vortex of a
Yeah.
storm that it creates stress and anxiety for us. So if we think
Totally.
about where is the calmest part of the storm, it's the eye of the storm. So we need to find the eye in our own storm.
Absolutely.
Be present, be calm. You can observe the chaos around you, but don't get sucked in.
Right. That's very key. Imagine being able to be the observer and going, wow, I'm so glad it's not me.
Right.
What a great feeling that is, right?
Right. And then being centered in this storm,
Right.
you get to find your inner truth. You know, we talked about the chatter out there, our inner critic, and one of the negative thought patterns is shouldn'ts, right? So if we, these inner critics are so loud. If we learn to quiet it down, throw it out in the storm, get centered, and so you can hear your inner wisdom.
I mean, Susan, I would love to hear, we're going to challenge you to write us or let us know or put something in the texting here at the bottom, what it is you think you could do to give yourself a little more self-care. Could you get off social media? Could you spend less time on it? So you move away from the Joneses and everybody. First of all, everybody doesn't have a great life.
Right.
They just post the great part of their life.
And with like, Adobe Shop or the photoshopping, everybody like pretends and
Unphotoshopped.
you see the wrinkles and all. It's about being authentically you and and they're not. So
Right.
don't follow their suit and don't be authentically you, because who you are is what made you
Right.
is what brings happiness to others.
Right.
Don't be fake. Don't ask for fake. Don't hang out. Be real. Be authentically you. Use your voice to express your needs, because if you don't express your inner wisdom or your inner passion, it'll just never get met with.
Well, think about when everybody's trying in your group of friends or wherever it is, because that's where the competitions lie mostly, how boring it would be if everybody was a first baseman. I mean, really, that's what people love about you. And remember, you can't change others. So if this is a little challenge you want to take on for yourself, just do it. Say things a little kinder. Be a little calmer in your ways. Don't run to the store when someone says let's shop if you don't really need anything. Say, let's go take a walk somewhere. Try something a little different that brings you inner peace. Because you can't change them, you can ask them to come along for the ride with you in a calm way without discussing what it is you're discussing. And they'll either come or they won't, but do it for yourself.
I think at this point, if anybody wants to comment, it's like, what can you let go of
Right.
to bring you inner peace? What is it about others that you care about so much that won't bring you inner peace?
If you get away from these things that drive you crazy really inside, you say you don't have time to do things. Well, if you moved away from social media for half an hour a day, which gets your amygdala and everything running crazy, you can calm yourself down and everything else and spend it on something. You will have the time. You will be productive, not busy with the wrong things. So with that being said, leave us notes. We're coming on 10 minutes.
Okay? Well, this is Susan Greif at artmenshearts.com.
And Jacqui Atcheson, Better Path to Divorce. Take care. Have a great one. Peace out.